Life is unfair. And I feel like that's something that a lot of people are having trouble accepting. Now, I get it. It is not something that is fun to accept. It makes things harder for people, and honestly, it's not good to hear on the daily. But what if I told you that life not being fair is actually a good thing? Most of you would probably comment down on this video that I'm a lunatic and I have no idea what I'm talking about, but bear with me here. I grew up like a lot of you, feeling like that the world was going to play out in my favor. When I was a kid, I would watch movies of superheroes saving the day and thought, man, everything in life probably just works out. Everybody gets saved, all the bad guys go to jail, and then I found out that that is really not the case. But what I started to realize is that is actually something that I needed to hear. As I've gotten older, I've really gotten hit hard by life in multiple ways. Now, obviously, nothing too serious, but just normal experiences that people go through in careers, relationships that really open your eyes to what the real world is. But instead of being consumed by that idea that the world is not going to play in your favor, I started to try and embrace it as much as I could. Life taught me about life. So for today's Free Think Dojo video, I just wanted to kind of sit down and chat about how life can suck, life can be unfair, and obviously kind of what you can do about it. Now, obviously, when I make these types of videos, I do understand that everybody is an individual and they've had their own experiences in life. So really just take this with a grain of salt and don't take it as an advice video on like, oh, I need to do this to fix my problems. Really just wanting to vent and see if anybody relates. I feel like life in 2025 is a class A example of kind of how the world does not work in your favor at all. A lot of people are starting to come to the realization that the world is not going in a place that we really want it to go. But also, there are people in power that are taking things from you, and there's nothing you can do about it. There's a lot of bad things happening in the world as well, and you have no control. Now, that's obviously a very scary thing, don't get me wrong. I have days during the week constantly where I am overthinking and worrying and I have anxiety about what will even happen tomorrow. There are things that happen in my life that I've become kind of desensitized to that I just don't feel like I need to put any more effort into if I can't control it in any way. A saying that has really resonated with me in the past year is you can't control the uncontrollables. There are certain things in life that you just have no influence over. And obviously, if you try to push and try to change it, you'll only be met with failure or even pushback if you try. But on the other hand, you also have things that you can control. When you start to figure out the factors that you can control and the outcomes that you can influence, it really can help you change your paths in life and your motivations, your goals, and really help you stay in a direction that is going to benefit you instead of focusing so much on the things that are outside of your grasp and the things that are just a waste of your time. All in all, though, figuring out what you can and can't control does take time, and it's not easy. And it might actually be that I've just accepted the way the world is. I've accepted that the world is not fair, and acceptance is a very powerful tool. However, I feel like a lot of people these days treat acceptance like we're just giving up. They feel as if once you accept the reality of something that you're just becoming part of the system and you're just giving in to whatever you can't control. And I don't think that's the case. The controllables in your life are what you use to fight against the unfairness. The controllables are what keep us motivated on the day to day to work towards a goal. There are goals out there that are achievable. There's just some things that we can't control to reach that goal, but there are things we can control to get there. I can't make my boss give me $100,000 up front, but what I can control is the amount of effort that I put in each workday to get as much money as I can, if that makes more sense. The worst thing you can do right now is to get so beaten down by all of that unfairness that goes on in life. It's gonna happen no matter if you want it to or not, and that's okay. And look, I do the exact same thing. There are some days where I just get so consumed by everything that is so shitty and so unfair in this world. And at the end of the day, I just find myself wasting time fretting and stressing over it. Sometimes I feel like that's just the journey of being alive and being human. I'm sure a lot of you out there have had similar experiences of life just not being kind, not being very fair, and you just getting the short stick of it all. But I hope by watching not only this video, but all my other videos, you can start to realize that you are not alone. Now, with so much division these days in society, I can completely understand how it can make you feel like you're alone. And a lot of people, because they haven't accepted this and that they can accept it, it creates a society where we all feel like we can't depend on each other. But at the end of the day, I think the most important lesson I've learned from the world being unfair is to not wait to be saved. No one is going to step in and save the day for you. The only person that can do that is yourself. And what a lot of people forget is that while it might be hard and the world is going to push you down as much as it can, you will always have the ability to pick yourself back up. Life is too short to be bogged down by all of the chaos. And when you start to realize that you are not a victim, you're not someone that is weak compared to everything else around you, it's almost like a superpower. When you realize that you can pick yourself back up, regardless of what you're being hit with, and just keep walking, that's perseverance. That's the confidence that we all need in ourselves. And that message right there has pulled me personally through some of my darkest days. And at the end of the day, has really helped me overcome struggles that I've really been struggling my entire life with. There is yet hope for all of us. And I think at this point, it's just a matter of pulling through, persevering, staying on your path, and just staying focused on what you want to achieve. Because our will and our minds are very powerful. And if you just focus on that and discard all of the useless things in your life that are just not helping you achieve your goals, that's going to make a huge difference in making that unfairness not as bitter. Overall, though, I hope this video's message has given you some clarity, maybe a sigh of relief. I know it does for me. But I also know that a lot of people are feeling this but might not know how to put it into words, so I definitely tried my best. But feel free to comment down any struggles that you feel with the unfair world. I would love to hear anybody else's experiences and just work through it together as a community on here to power through and just take life for what it is. Throughout all of the unfairness and the things that happen in life, I just want everybody to enjoy what they have, be grateful for what they have, take everything at face value, and then dive into the things you're passionate about. Life is too short to stress about things that are a waste of our time. So go out there and find your controllables. I appreciate everybody sticking around for the venting session at the Free Think Dojo today. Feel free to like the video, obviously subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate all the support I've been getting on this channel, and it only pushes me to want to keep going, so thank you very much for that. Appreciate your time, guys, and I will talk to you later.